So you know how life is sometimes very depressing and you don't really know the meaning of life or if you really want to continue living, you get so bad. I spent many years feeling like that. I was really horrible, feeling petrified, feeling afraid that I would never heal from my injuries, and then being scammed, losing my money, worried about the future. How am I going to take care of myself? And then I figured, why continue life? I mean, I played the game and I've lost it, so I might as well just decide when my game will be over, as opposed to really continuing my both physical and financial suffering and just being at the mercy of others, who's going to take care of me if I'm going to be really, really in bad situations. But something stops you, and something stopped me from ending the game. So what was it? What are the reasons to live? I mean, at different points in my life, my reasons to live were different things, obviously. Sometimes it's something as simple as a few movies that really, really touch us, that makes us feel so happy to have watched that movie, to have read that book, something that really changes our lives and really leaves a nice impact. Even something like like the newest James Bond movie, you watch it with passion, or a new movie that I watched recently called Tenet, about things coming from the future. I mean, it was full of action, full of puzzles, enigmas. You are always thinking how to understand it. And, when I watch movies like that, I feel like, okay, those are reasons to live. And in my dreams, I come up with scenarios, right? Like Harry Potter that I write, a Tenet movie that I write, that maybe one day in the future I can write something awesome like that, whether it's a YouTube content or a screenplay for a movie, or some sort of a blog post or a short book, some creation that gives me the will to live, something to look forward to. Other than that, sometimes it's just a person. Obviously now I'm trying to take care of my mother, whose health is getting worse and worse by the year. Her kidneys, her heart, her lack of blood cells, and all these problems are increasing. So that keeps me motivated. I'm like, well, if I end my life, who's going to take care of my mom? And from time to time I watch YouTube movies about what life is all about, how to end your life, what people think about afterlife. For some reason, death and the after death, afterlife really, really occupies my mind. I don't know why, but it does. So I think about it. Maybe sometimes I write poems about it. I can't really talk to anyone about it because people are like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why do you talk about death? Nobody wants to talk about death. Nobody wants to acknowledge that. Nobody wants to accept that it exists. Even when we're alive, we don't want to think about that. Let's say for someone who has money and many children and charities that they want to leave money to, they never actually sit down and write, this is what I want to happen after I die. They always postpone it. They don't want to think about leaving a will or a letter to the kids. Anything to do with death, we refuse to do it. It's like we don't want to accept that it exists. However, it is the one certain thing that will happen to all of us. So that just fascinates me, really, really does. Why are we afraid of it? If some of us who are religious, are they less afraid of it? Because they talk about it in the religious books. So I guess, do they feel more comfortable with the idea of dying one day? And people who try to take their own life and fail, why do they do it? Why do they try it? Why do they fail? Because if you really, really want to die, I guess you wouldn't fail, right? I guess you wouldn't just cut half of your arm just to bleed a little and then say, well, I tried to do it, but it didn't happen. No, I mean, you would find a way if you're really, really dedicated to doing it. You'd climb a very tall building and just throw yourself from the 20th floor to the concrete, and there's no way you can survive that. So I don't know. I think about those things for some reason. Probably because, I went through such a long period of depression, severe depression, and I didn't want to find out reasons to live. That was the end of my life. So that was something that I was preparing myself to. But then I don't know. You take a walk in the nature. You see a dog who needs your help, and you take him to the vet and you start feeding him, and you get attached to that dog. Or you're taking care of your mom, like in my situation. I mean, there's something that says, what would happen to my mom or to that poor animal if I'm gone? So you postpone it. You say, okay, I will die when my mother dies. So, I mean, a lot of people suffer financially, mentally, but they keep on living, if we can call that living. I guess they just keep on merely surviving. I feel like if I start to create something, the art of creation, whether it's writing something down, whether it's a blog post or a poem or even a screenplay or some sort of a creation. I wish I could write music. I wish I could. I wish I knew how to write music, create melodies. I really do. Maybe those things would give me such, such a willingness to hold on to life, that it would take away all these thoughts of ending it. But I don't know, for other people, I guess just merely having a constant busy life, working hard, keeps them busy from thinking about afterlife, or just a big family to take care of with children. I mean, you have such concerns, such issues that you don't think about anything else, basically. So we'll see where life takes me, what happens. But so far, I really couldn't find anything that really makes me forget about those thoughts. So I am hopeful. I am imagining a future life where I don't think about those things. But just in case there are other people who think about it, who feel like me, I just wanted to share this. Well, thank you, and see you when I see you. Bye.